Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. I hope that you all are having an amazing day or an amazing night, no matter where you are in the world. Today we are having a little bit of a green run with Bitcoin ranging up to almost 38K plus, and also Hbar doing almost about 25 cents in terms of price point. So, what exactly happened over the week? We had some of my targets be breached or even hit overall, and I wish that I could have got my other video up on XRP because I did call for about 60 to 70 cents on XRP, but I also mentioned that we could see a break point of 33.5 to reach those low targets again and claim 30K. Now we couldn't claim 30K altogether, but we came pretty close. I mean, it was about 31K overall. Still a solid point. We actually almost got, depending on if this candle would have came down to 30K, yeah, it could have been a triple bottom. But I think that 33.5 is a decent support level. Whenever we broke 33.5, we never really stayed under it for that much time before really reclaiming that level. We did, like I said, almost touched it. Well, we touched it 3 times, but we almost touched it another time here, as well as on the other 2 days for 5 touches of that 33.5. But you could tell that this level in here is a very good support level. Now, of course, we did break down, so 30K is technically a huge, hold strong area. If it breaks, we go lower. That's why we have this target here at 27.7K. That is the support level from back in January. Now, if we reclaim this area, which I'm expecting us to not break below 33.5, we probably don't break down too much from here. We will trade chop in this level here, like this entire level here, until we break 45K. We will continuously trade in here, in which, yes, Hbar will break down to 20 cents, 18 cents, around there, until this is cleared. Now, of course, let's jump into it. So I do want to talk to you guys about this interesting, it's not really a use case, it's somebody who is utilizing Hedera overall, and that is power transition. Now, this is very interesting because if we read here, power transition is a microgrid management platform to transform how energy is used, managed, and traded by governments, businesses, and individuals. Overall, this is pretty much just, it's a power company. At the end of the day, that's what this company's main use case is. And the cool thing about this is that they already have 45 homes enabled in Corby, UK, $19 billion in microgrid market estimate by 2024, and then 3 to 5 seconds Hbar finality. Now we see here industry energy overview. Power transition provides a peer-to-peer energy marketplace and management platform for consumer and business microgrids. And then also we see here as a challenge, the power transition team wants to enable a fair, direct peer-to-peer that can unequivocally be trusted by all parties. And then here is the solution. Hedera was the platform of choice for stability and high throughput of the cryptocurrency Hbar. And then if we read down here, I could actually just pretty much do this. The past decade has drastically changed how we think about electricity. Technology has quickly improved while reducing cost is in supporting tools like batteries and solar panels. At the same time, consumer behavior has shifted, placing an emphasis on green corporations and their own environmental footprints. And we've already talked about, how important, green energy is, and, green sustainability for the environment is, even in cryptocurrencies. We see that argument come up almost daily in terms of, hey, what's going to happen when Bitcoin falls, because, we already know the, environmental impact of Bitcoin. It's been an argument for years now. With prices surging, it's been getting a lot worse. So, I already mentioned so many times, we got to do better, and we really have to do better in terms of what we're looking at, because cash is also extremely terrible for the environment, and that's why I believe investing in products like Hbar or even like XRP, right? Because we talked about XRP and we talked about how green XRP is, but Hbar itself is technically, and I know a lot of XRP holders out there will get mad, but guess what? I'm also an XRP holder myself, and I'm not mad. But Hbar overall is greener in terms of the environmental impact on fee transaction kilowatts an hour and stuff like that. So technically speaking, investing in Hbar and also XRP for the long term is not a bad idea. They're both incredibly green products. It's just one is more sustainable than the other. But nonetheless, let's jump back into this. So, Power Transition believes they have the ability to take it to the next era. They're driving to create a peer-to-peer energy trading and microgrid management platform. In short, this will start by allowing consumer homes to establish a microgrid, a local grid that can operate independently and create a marketplace between homes in times of excess and shortage. I also think that, with this being said, this is an incredible overall use case. They're utilizing Hbar for just the stability and high throughput, as we see over here, right? And the good thing about this is that they're still utilizing Hbar as its main, pretty much source overall, because of the security of it. We've already talked about in my first Hbar video, if we go back, right? We talked about how efficient the security measurements of Hbar are overall. It is one of the most, if not it is the most secure, public network out there. And we're going to see projects like this be built on Hbar very soon. I mean, the amount of people who are building on Hbar is massive. The projects on Hbar are massive. It's only a matter of time before we see mass adoption by, logistic companies, energy companies, etc., that are using Hbar to really scale to their needs. And with companies like this growing as well, it helps Hbar grow too. Right now, we're seeing, you could get Hbar for $1 right now. That's an incredible discount overall. And me personally, I buy all day, when you can get for $1. It's absolutely a steal in this game. And anybody who is asking, hey, what's the best time to buy? If we look here and we go to, or here, sorry about that. If we put a rectangle in this level here, this is the perfect buy zone. Anywhere between 24 or even 25 cents. So if we actually bring this rectangle up a little bit, anywhere between this level down is perfect. This whole level here, because even, like for an example, if anybody was able to pick up bids on this low here from the 19th, you're buying pre-pump to this all-time high here. But we're also buying support levels here. And 25 cents is not a bad entry point for Hbar. I see a lot of people saying, yeah, it's never going to go over 30 cents, blah, blah, blah. We were seeing the same arguments with XRP when it was in consolidation. And yeah, sure, we're in a downward slope here. But we also have to look at most alts, because even if we look at Bitcoin, on the 1 day, yeah, we're in a downward slope. But if you, zoom in a little bit, for the most part, we are still looking pretty good. Let's look at the 1 hour, right? So we're still bouncing back from that low here. And even if we look here on the 1 hour for Hbar, we could see that we're still building back. Yeah, we're not at 40 cents or 30 cents, but we're still looking pretty good. Right now, these are perfect buy zones. For me, right now, this is a low risk, high reward accumulation zone. This entire zone here is really good for entry points. I don't see us breaking down below 15 cents for a very long time, if ever, because once we reach new all-time highs, I think most of these price points here are going to be kind of useless to even look at, because, like I said, my main target points is that $3 to $6 for conservative range, And then if I'm not going to be, conservative, because that's minimum prices, that's like my minimum prices. My main points are like this $10 to $30 range. My main target is to really take profit at $10 and then kind of flip it if we do come down a little bit. And then obviously hold the rest if we get to that $20 to $30 range, because I think that $30 is possible this bull run. We reclaimed a ton of technical support. So far, we broke the support as well. The technical support zones have been completely washed down the drain, but we will bounce back. We are going to have to build back, really get that, safety net built again, because right now, yeah, we're seeing 38K for Bitcoin being hit right now. We actually hit it today already, but for the most part, we still need to build back all of what we built, throughout the last couple months to really reclaim that support at 45K and then go higher. It's going to take a little bit. We're going to trade and chop. That's why I said we could trade in this little accumulation period for a little bit of time. But like I said, right now, currently, and this is why I'm very bullish on Hbar still, we're still in accumulation, and we've been for 70 days now. That's a massive time to be in that consolidation period. We know that the next breakout point is going to be absolutely incredible. I still think that, realistically speaking, if we come from the bottom point over here from January, because this is where things started getting interesting, and we come to the top of this candle, that's a 1,300% increase in price. We've already gone over what 1,300% would take us to. It would take us to that $3 plus range. And I think that we're getting very close to seeing that massive breakout happening. I think that we don't really have to wait too much longer. It's right around the corner. I mentioned don't sell your bags. HODL through this. This is going to be the test of the year. It's going to be the test of the century, actually, in terms of, crypto. We will see dips like this happening all the time. But something like this, yeah, I've seen a lot of people panicking. This is not normal. This isn't like any other dip. Honestly, guys, it's just like the March 2020. We've seen it before. They're trying to shake out weak hands. When we're invested in something like this, for example, to solve for this, the power transition team wanted to enable individuals to trust each other with as little overhead as possible, well fit for the distributed ledger. The requirements were to have a stable platform to build on with a high throughput mechanism to exchange value. Decentralized governance, security, and stability will be critical to the success of power transition IMAS platform. Guys, first off, crypto is going to be transforming not only the financial market. Hbar is not going to only, power the next CBDC or work with central banks. They're going to also power the future of energy. They're going to be powering a lot of use cases. If we go over to these use cases, just look at what is here overall. We're seeing enterprise use, gaming, healthcare, case studies, data compliance, fraud mitigation, payments. These are not your typical use cases. We don't see projects that come out with backed, actual like facts, because we've seen healthcare in this space. We've seen it with Loom, but they delivered nothing. Hbar is delivering. They have what it takes to deliver, and that's why I said getting 4 for $1 is a steal. We're gonna launch very soon, and I really can't explain that to you better than that, because I'm expecting a launch by the middle of June to almost the end of June. July is going to be a massive month for crypto, but it's all going to start in this June time period. We cannot trade sideways forever, guys. The 70-day accumulation period is going to be something that we look back on and we're just going to laugh, because we have already seen it, even if we look at Matic, right? So let's see what the accumulation period looked like on Matic overall. So it started here on March 11th. We only had to consolidate for 45 days before starting this launch up. And we could argue that this was also a little bit of an accumulation period here to get to that, nice green candle here. But I'm going to go off of this because this was really the support level before this massive impulse up. That took us almost to $1 right there. So technically speaking, 45 days to move let's see what the percentage here was. So it took us 45 days on Matic to move over just 700%, right? We've already been consolidating for 70 days on Hbar. Where do you see this percentage up going to be? If we look at Hbar, right, and we do that 700% increase in price from our current levels, because I know I'm definitely going to have to zoom out here. And let me move over just so that we could see perfectly. And we'll just go from where we are at right now, right? So if we do a 600% increase in price, which isn't much, I just want to stress the idea that it's not much. We'll do 653. We would be trading at about $1.80. And I just want to really say, a lot of people are getting very impatient. We've already seen impatience playing out in the market. A lot of people have been panic selling. That's what they want. They don't want you to make money. At the end of the day, they want you out. They want it all for themselves. We already know that whales don't want they don't want you to make money. It's as simple as that. If they, that's how they stay being whales. So I'm expecting, we've already been consolidating for 70 days. I'm expecting probably about a 1,200% increase in price very soon. That would put us to about $3.20. I think that's a very safe play. Now, I don't think that it's going to take us until September. I'm thinking probably by maybe the middle of July, like July 15th, because it's a safe point to actually build off of. We don't want it to go, straight up. We like projects that build their price. You know why? Because when you're building the price, it doesn't fall as hard. We've seen this with, for example, meme coins, right? Meme coins, they don't build. They fall, they just rise and fall and collapse. That's why we look at Matic, and Matic is very strong because it wasn't just an upward fight for, Matic. It wasn't just we're just going to pump. It wasn't like that, right? Because we've seen it here. Right here this is in days too. So, a lot of people were getting, what did we top here at $1? We trade it a little bit sideways for about 8 days before building up to this point here, because it took 18 days overall to get from $1 to $2.80. It built for quite a bit of time. Even if we go from the first impulse candle to here, it built for 22 days. That's why we didn't collapse as much as most projects do. We still reclaimed support at about 75 cents, which was pretty much the initial candle here overall. So that's what I want from Hbar. I don't want it to be, hey, look we're getting rich quick because, we're pumping up in a straight candle to that $2 or that $3.20 range from our 24-cent, mark. I want us to build slow but steady build until the middle of, July, because that would put us at a good point to really gain support at those top levels and continuously build. I'm expecting, me personally, $10 to be my main target point. If we go any higher to $20 to $30, because I do think that those levels are very possible, then that's great. But I'm always going to take profit because we never know, because nobody could have guessed this was going to happen. There's only a few people out there that said, hey, the Wyckoff is going to happen. This is classic. We're going to come down to, 30K or 28K. We knew that 38K was, bound to happen at some point in time, but we just didn't think that it was going to happen this early, this late, I should say, because we were expecting it back here in February, almost in the beginning of March. Of course, we weren't too cautious, I would say. We were still kind of saying, hey, look, we're at 65K, we're just going to go higher. That's usually when you sell. You sell greed, and you buy fear. That's the best point to really make. But nonetheless, I will be back with more Hbar content as well as XRP content and really kind of update you guys where the market's going and why I remain bullish overall. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. Uploading a ton of content, giving you guys free content as well. If you guys do want more free content, you guys could follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. And you guys could also join the Discord down in the description below. But nonetheless, guys, this has been Nick. I hope that you all have an amazing day. Peace out.